Welcome back. And you're still watching the Breakfast Show, and in this segment of our program, we will talk about structural reforms under the leadership of President Fattah el-Sisi, especially those related to the progress of manpower and family development. The government is also working to enhance technical education and vocational training systems. And to shed more light on this issue, we are joined today by Dr. Amira Masry. She's an expert in human development. Good morning, Dr. Amira.
Hello, good morning.
So, as I've just mentioned, that the government has paid great attention to structural reforms under the leadership of President Fattah el-Sisi since he took office 7 years ago. So, would you elaborate for us on the extent of Egypt's interest in promoting development of human resources and how it helps in transforming the Egyptian economy into a productive economy that enjoys competitive advantages?
Well, good morning, everybody. Well, the most important thing that I've noticed lately is that the government is paying great attention to the power of the labor and improving their skills. So lately, there have been plenty of courses and sessions that teaches different people from different segments about technological progress and
yes.
how people would be able to achieve the best out of the market. Not only that, but on the level of vocational education, I have seen great improvement in the level of the labor. Many courses have been offered for pottery, for mechanics, and for various skills, if we may say so. The plan, as far as I have seen it, is a strategical plan that reaches up to year 2030.
Yes.
Which puts us into a very good position, that it's not a short-term plan. On the contrary, we're trying to oversee what's going to happen in the future or the skills people need to acquire throughout this time.
So, Dr. Amira, to what extent is President Fattah el-Sisi keen to develop technical education, vocational training system in Egypt and to keep pace with global development so as to support ability of the national economy to achieve balanced and sustainable growth?
Well, I cannot really determine how much is the president and the government are keen, but actions speak louder than words. What I see is that they are trying really hard in different directions to achieve the best and the most, I can say, the best potential of the resources they have. They are trying to improve the quality of facilities and teaching for different citizens, as well as they are trying to invest in labor, invest in the education sector. Whether the education sector, we're talking about youngsters and elementary or school pupils and students, or as we were just mentioning, the vocational and technical education.
Yes. So, also, the country is keen on bridging the gender gaps, especially in sectors of pre-university education, technical education, and university education. What's your take on this?
Well, I believe that this is very obvious, and it's even handled very well by the media. On the contrary, I see that women empowerment is being very clear in so many different segments, to an extent where we need to revise this agenda. It's becoming very powerful, but we need to make the balance where it doesn't disturb the culture and the community itself. Women empowerment is a great lead to work on. However, we need to always consider the strategic outcome.
So, Dr. Amira, also, how do you see the programs and the initiatives presented by the government in developing youth skills, especially in the field of information technology?
I see great progress in this area. However, I still believe that we have great candidates that can help us develop our own technological platforms. And I would greatly encourage and motivate all those who are decision makers and can invest to invest in youth who have the abilities and the knowledge to create new things. I have seen new applications that are impressive by youth working in different sectors, mainly banks and the financial sectors. I heard some great analysis for our new digital card, Visa, that just shows how clever the government is acting towards this. I have seen beautiful young men and women developing great tools for the educational sector as well. So Egypt is full of great potential and bright candidates that if they are nurtured and taken care of will greatly affect our community.
Also, one of the important initiatives launched by the presidency is a Decent Life initiative, which aims a Decent Life initiative, which aims at providing Egyptians with a better living standard, and also it helps in developing Egyptian character and also developing skills of people in rural areas. So how do you see this initiative and its impact on Egyptians in rural areas?
Well, so far what I am seeing is not only great improvement, but if we were talking about 5 years ago, you would have heard a lot of people saying nothing has changed or we need a little bit more, but now the change and the development is clear to a point where everybody appreciates it.
Yes.
Especially when we're talking about supporting those who are, I wouldn't say in need, but can have a better life, as you're just saying the initiative is called. Young men and women who want to get married and have an opportunity now that is easier than before to pursue the dream of having a home, and offering them different aspects of gaining more money by learning more and developing their skills, better job opportunities. Yes, it was affected by the corona pandemic. However, according to statistics, our country has faced this pandemic in the least possible damage.
So also, if we move to education and its important role in developing innovation skills and spreading culture of creativity and entrepreneurship among young people, as we see that the government and the president is paying great attention to entrepreneurship and young entrepreneurs. So what's your take on this?
Well, let's start from the very beginning and just highlight the fact that we have different, if we can call it, styles of education in Egypt. Like we have the governmental schools, we have national schools that follow the rules of all schools follow the rules of the government, but it's different curricula, if we may say so. With that happening, we have a great diversity of material intake and results. Because in each segment, people react differently, all in good ways. Sometimes people claim that there is an education that is better than the other. However, that can be to some extent, but not totally, because each style has a different experience that reflects a different manner and acquires different skills after all. So people from all these different segments can and will reflect their knowledge and skills in the future for a better community and a better life, if we may say.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Amira Masry, Human Development Expert. Thank you for this precious information, and the viewers should break and we'll be back, so stay tuned.